Is the traffic too loud?
I don't hear anything.
All right, good.
Sounds good.
Where the hell's Andy? He was the one who was chomping at the bit for the fucking. Hit him up. Link is out.
He's probably clicking on the link from the show last night.
Yeah. Watching the replay.
I'm not even kidding. I'll bet you for sure he's clicking on that link.
I told him, hold on, I'm sending the link, and it does. The link is specific that this is the second version.
But if he's already clicked on the other one and he's wondering where everyone is.
Yeah, what he's yelling at us.
Uh-huh.
I double checked to make sure I wasn't clicking the one because I knew there was a possibility that I would click the one from last night. I sure appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. I'm sure there's some clips out of that one, especially all my ballin' clips would be good.
Those will make the rap party sizzle reel for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good shit in there. Just as a whole, maybe I you know.
Well, to be honest, I was gonna offer to just cut out the areas that you had mentioned in the text, and then I thought, if he wants to redo it, then fucking redo it. I mean, it's any one of us has that call that we can.
Know. To be honest, it's just I try to.
Recent? Why recent? Does he delete them?
Shit. I had to carry my fat ass dog about 100 yards back to the car at the end of our walk today because it's too hot.
Yeah.
Fat fuck. She was just like, nope, I'm done. We live here now.
My brother had two boxers, the second version of boxers that he had. And one of them, Frankie, tall for a boxer, and he was getting on in age, and I was taking him out for Andy's on his iPhone.
Yeah, I'm gonna just jump on here because it's I don't know, that link doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I can't explain. You're
on it right now.
Well, I know on the phone, but okay, watch. I'll do it on my computer here. Click on that shit.
Go back to your.
But you can't be logged into to the link on one account on two devices.
Well,
Andy.
I know, but I know it. I just logged into.
You can't drive two cars at once.
I know. I just started the other car because the one car wasn't going, but it sends me to this.
Go back. Go back. Wait. Just hang on a second. Go back to your email inbox.
All right.
Got all of your emails.
Okay,
so to make sure you're clicking on the right link.
Well,
yeah.
He is. Well,
that's the right link
on his phone.
Oh,
I want to see your inbox. Your inbox with all of your other emails.
Okay,
also.
Hang on.
Go back.
All right, I am. Hey, how's it going, man?
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Mail. Here we go. There's mail. Boom. Yeah. So there's the draft, and there's.
What's the most recent email that Chaille sent you?
Here, I'll send it again right now.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
Because, you know.
All right. Mail. Boom.
I'll just re-record it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe we should just start doing this live on Fridays.
We're almost to that point.
Where's some? Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
All right, Andy, I just sent you the link for the third time.
Okay, because it's like saying attention acquired. Shit, man. Fucking computers. Let's go back to the original.
But you want to do this on ham radio?
How did we do this podcast before?
Yeah, how did we do it before back in the 80s? Remember those days?
Yeah, but most of it was music videos. We just were like Kurt Loder and
Oh my God, Andy is so fucking high right now.
Yeah, it is 420. Okay.
I just picked up on it with the Kurt Loder fucking reference.
Okay, well, I'm
fucking Kurt loaded.
Yeah, totally.
Put some hash on this bowl since it is 420.
This I can just do it on here, man, because this is fucking too complicated.
Can you hear it?
I can see everybody. You guys just flip around from picture to picture, but I see everything and I hear better. I hear fine, so I'm gonna quit fucking messing with the computer as we got limited time on this holiday. It's national holiday for
banks are all closed, the post office and stuff.
Well, the weed stores, a lot of them are open early and they have their deals, but I'm not
Is it really a thing where you walk in and everyone like yells and hey, today's the day?
So, well,
is it a celebration?
Gift bags, a lot of places. I mean, it's like the Black Friday for the weed smokers. You get up early and you go hit the places and you get some deals and you stock up. Maybe get some stocking stuffers.
Just camp out all night.
Yeah,
trample young people blocking the entrance.
I have a first time customer deal, which is I think 30% off in addition to whatever deals are going on. And I was going to go today, but if I wasn't worried about being murderous, I would go today, but I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the celebration is that it's legal. I mean, you really don't need a day anymore, one day of the year. It's open season, man.
Yeah, but for the weed places, they have to. I think that's maybe a loophole thing, but they sometimes they have all these different day sales and shit.
Sure,
they got to have it a certain price or whatever. But then they have 420, and it's like everybody is competing with other stores.
Yeah, Andy, it's not a loophole. It's called capitalism.
Right. I guess so. Yeah, but I mean, right. So so this is the one day a year where all the stores are trying to drag you in there to sell you a lot of weed.
Well, you have to go in to the dispensary and buy weed at some point. So you might as well go in on the day that the bargains are there, right? So today's the day.
Yeah.
Thanks. And congratulations. Happy Green Thursday.
I get up early, so and I used to get into kind of I mean, there's enough weed to go around, but when the first couple of 420s when weed was legal and stuff, it was really a big deal for me. I would go around to 10 different stores and get gift bags.
Oh, you're doing the Denny's on your birthday thing.
Yeah. Right. You get there's one that's they're open at 7 a.m. and then then you go from that one to the 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. and you got all these fucking $4 pipes and stickers, shitty stickers, and is there's really nothing worth getting out of bed for. The sales will be there all day.
Whenever I got my first medicinal card, and then we drove to Las Vegas. I hit I got weed maps and I hit every single one.
You got that app, right?
Yep. And I hit every single one because they all have first time customer deals, which usually involves like a free pre-roll or a free eighth or, a free something. So you hit every one of them and get a free something. And I did that all the way to Las Vegas.
Did you get high enough that you're like, wait a minute, we've been in this one before?
I stay that high.
You look like I remember that last place.
Yeah, you remember we were in Vegas. I think it was for Doug's anniversary show or something, and you had the Uber guy drive you to a place. But the fix was in. He took you to like the most expensive place to buy weed.
That was whenever we first landed, and Stanhope got a luxury fucking SUV or something to pick us up because he didn't want to wait for a car. And he's like, this guy needs to go get weed. And I was like, no, wait, let's go to the room first and let me find out where to go get weed. And he's like, he needs weed right now. And this guy takes us to the most expensive place to get weed. And like you said, when I got in line, he got in line to get his kickback. It was
Yeah.
it was blatant. And
It was like the taxi drivers in Anchorage used to get money to take people from the bars to go to a certain strip club. Vegas, same thing. The guy would get $75 a person that he brought 2 cheetahs, and once you got there, it cost you like $100 to get in. It was fucking insane. But he gave you the coupons. It was such a scam. It's just funny how it just immediately rolled over into
I'm too high to remember the name of it right now, but even this last time when we were in Vegas for New Year's, somebody had it, that weed from there, and I was like, fuck, that place is a fucking scam. I remembered the name of it just from looking at it.
Yeah, it was right off the strip.
Yeah.
Super hype.
That strip club in Anchorage is called Cheetahs.
No, Cheetahs is the one in Vegas. They did the same thing. But
is that like cheetahs, like a cougar, or cheaters without the hard on?
Cheetahs, but it's a play on words for sure. Those sophisticated strip guy types.
I like it.
I don't like
marketing team.
Tequilas.
But you go inside there, they just have a bunch of different varieties of Cheetos. You're like, oh wait, this is not what I was expecting at all.
Or on 420, is it?
Yeah. That would be a good marketing tie-in. 420, fucking a Cheetos deal.
Why is it? I'm getting called by Zoom meetings on my phone.
Wait, the link is calling you?
Andy, get out of the house!
The call is coming from inside the meeting.
It's called up, but I don't know what that would do, man.
Do you have another meeting scheduled, Andy? Is that what's going on?
I don't know what's going on, but if I answer that and it's myself.
Oh, man.
The gummies are good. That's fucking weird. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, cheers. Yeah. So better vibe in here today. It's a weeds day instead of after work day.
Well,
not for me.
Fucking whiskey in your fucking bad head.
Yeah. You were kind of drinking off camera a little bit. When you're going, hey, he's
just to catch everybody up, we recorded a podcast yesterday, went a little bit off the rails, so we're back today to take another shot at it.
I kind of showed everybody what my day-to-day life is more like, that I've been hiding people from everybody for years.
We reached for I faked glitches on my computer to get to hide. It's like everybody find a safe space in the room. No, it was, but it was also frustrating on my end because I was only catching little bits and pieces of it, and it was like, feels like it's going off the rail, but I just checked in every once in a while.
Well, I mean, you're the one going off the rail. It's we can see what's happening, so we can tell. It was a different thing that you were noticing. A credit to you, Andy. You get some pretty wonky connections there, and you hang tough. You don't even say anything till the end of the podcast, and you go, "Yeah, for most of that, I couldn't see anyone." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Well, it's just it was intermittent and then it was. God damn it!
Switch to your phone. This is solid today.
Yeah,
but he has to hold it in his hand the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I used to videotape my daughter's ice skating whole Christmas programs with one of those heavier video cameras. It's just, you can see it in the thing.
Old shoulder mounts?
Yeah, they just ruined your shoulder on it, but I'd hold it as steady as I could. So this isn't nothing. This is a light phone. I look at probably at bad face angles and shit. You're right. That paint job's great, Chaille.
Oh, thanks.
It's like a magic wall.
Well, I got some specialty lighting. So
that backlight looks badass, I have to say.
It's a bar, actually.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the magic, dude.
Well, I mean, it's just us.
Yeah.
No, what's
Yeah.
This is
backlighting
the
that
squeaky
light, though?
tiki. What's
Yeah.
that?
What's backlighting that picture?
Oh no, nothing. Oh wow.
Ah,
Whoa, dude. That's incredible. Nice.
I
That
like
was
that.
a little scrap wood project.
I like that.
Yeah, I like the poster, but I was, just flat poster. You kind of need something
Yeah, yeah.
in the background.
Yeah, that's a cool way to do it. Speaking of lighting, did you guys catch the SpaceX launch?
Oh, that was great.
Hopefully you watched from the start.
I did. I missed it. I just saw a tweet and I was like, "Oh, I forgot that was." This is going to be how that McConaughey thing on Monday is. I'm going to freaking launch, and it'll already be blown up by the time I get there. He'll be naked playing his bongos. Too much pressure. Trying to talk him down.
I thought it was interesting. The coverage I saw. This was I assume everyone knows it's the company that Erickson works for, SpaceX. They did a launch, and it is the largest rocket ever to attempt to go into space. Well, I mean, now it's the biggest one, but I mean, for them to even get it off the launch pad was pretty remarkable. But there was these two fucking idiots covering it on some newscast. And they're doing what anyone would do, like, oh, this failure. How could Elon Musk say, "Good job, guys"? And the guy from like the rocket guy that's they got tuned in is like, hey, yeah, this is a pretty monumental thing to even get it up off the launch pad. So this was a successful failure. And they're like, yeah, I guess so. It's like, no, you fucking dopes. You just see something go up in the air and it explode and go, well, that didn't work. What are we going to do? Let's try rocket ships on underwater. It's classic fucking Nimrods on the news.
Yeah, I wish I was aware of it. I like to watch that kind of shit live for hopes that, some people go, wow, I hope this goes all the way up into space or whatever. And a lot of them go, oh, this shit's going to blow up. And, I would be like, I don't know. I mean, I was hoping for Erickson stock prices and everything that some of those pay.
That's not going to help, dude.
It'll take more than a rocket ship to make it into orbit. Make him make money on stock.
My Tesla stock is like the final part of that launch today. So just cascading down to earth in flaming pieces.
I can see.
All right. It's all right.
I thought it was really interesting. It's got a self-destruct mode on the
my stock.
Actually, yeah.
I should have read the fine print.
Yeah, always read. But when those things go up, I mean, if something happens, usually they're close enough to the ocean that they would land in the ocean. But the guy was like, yeah, I think at one point they're going to have to initiate the self-destruct thing. I'm like, that's fucking James Bond villain shit, man.
I've watched so many of those hoping for like you watch a NASCAR race or something to watch it explode. And then they were all so perfect that I quit watching them. And then I missed the one that explodes.
Well, this is one with two stages that are recoverable. I mean, it's a huge moneymaker. Yeah, not now. Yeah.
Well, I hope no chimpanzees were on board.
I don't think they do that anymore, Andy.
Yeah, it's a shame, man.
It is a shame.
Not for monkeys.
Put all the chimps out of work.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to go back to what few parts there are anymore in the movies.
Wait, what's left? What's left for the chimps?
Nothing, man. They were all probably sitting around going, man, I can't wait for this Planet of the Apes remake. And then it's like, no,
CGI.
Yeah, it's CGI. Fucked
Andy, there weren't any chimps in the original, right? Those are all actors.
That's why they were looking forward to the remake.
Oh, man, they got that. That's a tall fucking chimp, man. That Zira.
Yeah. In fact, there probably wasn't even a real ape in any of those movies, right?
There was they used baby chimps in a couple of them. I think in the third one, Conquest, or escape, they had a baby from Zira and Cornelius that was a live chimpanzee, and that's the one that they shot and threw into the water.
Wasn't there some man ape love a little bit, or when
Charlton Heston kissed Zira?
Uh-huh.
That was the chimpanzee doctor.
That was the beginning of the new kind of people.
A what?
Well, that's like ground zero for new people. It's like, it's going to be a hybrid monkey right there because you got part Charlton Heston.
Like a mule?
Yeah, a zonkey?
A zonkey?
Yeah. And he was, I mean, he didn't breed with one, but I mean, that, that's where he would.
I mean,
you damn sexy ape.
Well, then they would be sterile after that. So then, like a mule,
that's it.
So then that'd be it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to go with a lot of. Well, I'm guessing with. I'm speaking hypotheticals here. As far as bestiality goes, with breeding an ape would probably be most like breeding a human. But I'm just throwing that out there. I don't mean to start new disease or anything.
You're pontificating on gorilla pussy right now.
I'm just saying.
Hey, they're all pink on the inside, bro.
Yeah, it's just a lot more pubic hair.
With the baboon, that's pink on the outside.
Hey, hi-oh.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, have you never been to a zoo?
Oh yeah. That's my favorite part is the odd color of the ape asses.
I believe it's called a sitting pad, Andy.
Yeah. It's, it makes you want to have more of a colorful ass yourself. I guess it signifies different things, different colors of their ass.
What, like a peacock or something?
It's not a mood ring.
And he has ape ass envy.
Yeah. I do have, yeah.
And he goes into where they do Brazilian waxes and goes, "Hey, give me a baboon."
Yeah.
That's I saw that footage of a slapping contest.
Yeah.
And that you could go in there and just get somebody to just I'm just going, I need a temporary purple ass. I'm going to a convention and they want to bring it back. Corporal punishment they want to bring back in schools. So just maybe people will have that eventually. Again.
I don't know that it's working out so good for the baboons.
Well, they're just modeling it.
I'm not even sure what that picture looks like behind you, Chaille. It doesn't even look like an ass in any way.
Yeah, you can see where the tail is, right?
Weird, yeah, but it looks like a weird Amazonian plant of some kind. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just some sort of fruit that not many people eat that has a lot of seeds.
Yeah, like a dragon fruit or
jackfruit.
Wow, hold on.
Yeah.
But I guess here's a better picture.
I guess I take that back when surmising that having sex with an ape would be like having sex with a person. I think that would be a lot to overcome. You're doing the reach around and it's like, oh my God.
I mean, it's just me putting my own human brain to work here. It just feels like it's a sunburn and I feel bad for him. You know, because that's what it looks like to me, is a sunburn. And it's like, does it hurt?
We're gonna end up having to re-record again.
I'm just thinking that
this is our second attempt, everyone.
Out there,
and we went straight to the baboon asses. I'm not sure I could fuck a baboon because I think its butt would feel like a sunburn. I'd be too tentative to give all.
I wasn't saying that. Andy said that. You merged the two comments together. That's on you.
Yeah.
I have to pretend I was putting lotion like aloe vera on its ass.
You want to, yeah, like something, some
Yeah.
copper tone or something.
Yeah, like somebody could put some lotion on them and cure that whole thing. Like it's just an
Moisturizer wouldn't hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
maybe find something more comfortable to sit.
Yeah, they just keep sitting on the hot concrete. That's what's causing it.
Oh my God.
And this guy's got the double whammy too. If you see the guy behind me here, right here, look at that, man. That's his ding-a-ling.
Oh man.
It looks like a chicken leg bone that's been completely gnawed on. This guy's losing all over the place, man.
Oh.
Oh no.
And he's fucking up to his chimp neck and pussy there.
I don't know. I can't tell what is what, you know?
Yeah, they don't. Nobody looks like they're having. They don't look like they're partying. They look like they're fucking evacuating.
This isn't spring break at Bamboo Island.
No, well, I think the pink ass signifies that the dating season is over. We're taking a month off to retool everything.
They all got to find a grassy area to sit down.
And then, like, slowly.
Yeah. Like getting into a hot bath.
More Epsom salts.
It's just, there's got to be like a pink ape ass production company of some kind. Like, I mean,
What?
What?
I think it's the weed. This is a very stoned episode here. We're kind of.
I don't know how you got to there, but there for sure doesn't.
I totally want to know where he's going.
Surely there
might
is.
be. There might
Andy,
be.
I just need to know what to put in the search field. What are we looking for?
Pink ass baboon productions.
Pink ass. That's what I got confused. Is trying to.
Oh boy.
God.
Yeah, that does. Okay, I gotta take it off images.
Is there any grape ass?
Great fast baboon.
Grape. I think didn't Grape Ape wear? I think he had on. I know he wore a
He wore
vest.
shorts, I think, didn't he?
But yeah, that's why we.
Is that
we
Curious George?
Yeah, learned it from
Get my
Grape-
cartoon monkeys mixed up.
I know. I don't know if Grape Ape wore pants, but I know he had a hat and a
Yeah.
vest.
Yeah, he definitely had
He
it.
had pants. I think that's cute.
He had an outfit. Here, I'll pull him up.
Did they groom? It could have been grooming us if he. I mean, they shouldn't do.
Oh, a tracksuit and the promise of a sports car.
Pig. What would have been wrong growing up to see a floppy pig dick? I don't have affected my childhood. I would have gotten sexualized at the same time, roughly.
Well, I mean, I think we're kind of right. Grape Ape wore a hat, a bow tie, and it looks like a small waistcoat, but no pants.
Yeah.
He didn't need him. I mean, I guess he was a dude, but he never really, there's no way to know that, it's pretty tactful how they filmed that. And his dick.
Oh, they just made sure they got him at the right angle so they didn't have to put on a modesty blanket.
His junk was always like Chaille challenged.
Yeah, perfectly
Yeah.
tucked.
Yeah, he always had like a bowl of fruit or something right in front of him. Like,
Yeah.
no matter where he went.
There just really wasn't any fucking anatomy in the cartoons. I mean, those women eventually they got the cleavage stuff, but just cartoons they'd show you violence, but they wouldn't show you how the mice were made. It just had to be eaten, murdered by a cat. But how the fuck do they keep coming back? And walls cut to a fucking, it would be like, oh, okay, that you wouldn't have to explain it to kids. They just know from the cartoons. You don't run under a fucking cliff and you don't fucking anyway.
Don't run under a cliff. Do you mean
Well-
off the cliff?
Well, like Wile E. Coyote's always like throwing shit off of the cliff, but he also goes off of the cliff.
Yeah.
So the whole thing, it's like, it's better to just stand back, I guess.
But at no point is he running under a cliff. So how do you learn not to run under a cliff? Don't run off of a cliff.
I liked it. Andy doubled down on it and stuck with "don't run under a cliff" and had some evidence to back it up. And I'm gonna stick with him on it. Don't run
Look,
under a cliff. Hey, stuff might come off of there, man. Just stand back. Don't run under those cliffs.
Look, there's a lot of anvils flying around.
Yep.
Cartoon world. You're running around under a cliff, you're liable to fucking catch an anvil.
Plus, I'm sampling a couple of different weeds here that are.
All right, what do you got? Let's do a smoke test.
I dump them all together when I know I got this jar is white.
Right, you
Right.
go out and you get specific strains and you come home and you dump them into one big fucking jar.
Well, this is a hybrid bowl. This is my.
That's funny.
I got hybrids that they're all sativa leaning, so I can't go wrong.
I got a question. I'm not a smoker of weed or really anything. And when you have weed, don't you want to treat it like donuts? You want to keep them fresh and sealed. You don't want
to smoke that weed in that
That's probably.
in the next hour and a half. So,
but you do want to keep it sealed, right?
Oh yeah.
Like over a period of time, you want to keep it like the oxidation can
you
damage
want it
it.
to dry out too much.
This is my uppers, and this is when I'm tired of listening and inside or whatever. I'll come out and have some of this, and then I'll just kind of. Are you asleep? Well, if I answer that, it would, how about if I'm in between states? I prefer to not answering when I'm in between, or I was thinking about napping and I didn't want to, get into a whole thing about it.
Andy, I have a question. I don't know if it's come up before, and if you don't want to answer, that's fine. What is the reaction to your weed smoking by your roommate?
Well, I think it's frowned on now from a religious standpoint, but for a while I was told, I don't have a problem with it as long as if it was legal. And so since that's happened, we haven't really revisited it, but she's also altered her filter since that time and point of now. I think it might just be that I'm just, burning up my chances to get closer to God.
Well, if only she understood that God was in that little dish you just showed us.
Yeah, this is the only
the
thing.
best way there.
This is the only thing keeping me open to the possibility of it.
I have to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen Andy this stoned.
Really?
My friend, you are, congrats. You have embraced 420.
420 up.
I had a couple of gummies just in celebration, and then I had a couple of more. And then
He had a couple of gummies in celebration, and then he forgot that he had those gummies, so he ate a couple more.
and then I had two more.
What's that, Chad? Looks like one of them chunky bars.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
had a-
Rice Krispie chocolates.
Oh, nice.
No,
25 milligram.
motherfuckers. You guys
Yeah.
hear that?
What's that?
These
You're
assholes
giving it-
across the street are building a deck, so they're running a circular saw.
We can't hear any of that,
Yeah,
dude.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's total drop off. No worries.
All right, excellent.
Well, yeah, Chad just ate. He's already been edibled or stoned anyway, and then he just ate 25 milligrams. Last night, when I was supposed to start editing, I ate half of a 5 milligram and passed the fuck out for 2 hours and woke up and I thought, why am I so fucking tired? I got to edit. And then I said, fuck it, I'll do it in the morning. Half of a 5 milligram put me fucking down like a dart to a fucking rhino's ass.
I'm hoping that's exactly
You
what
wake
this
up with a
does to me.
with a band around your neck.
Yeah, with a
tag.
tip, a homing device on my ear, tagged.
When I concert, when Larry and David came up to that Todd Snyder concert, and Larry had he ate a 50 gummy.
Oh my God.
Mentioned it while we're having a beer or two. It's like, wait a minute, you had 50 milligram? Yeah, I figured I'd just have it was like 225s and have it all. Like, all right. But he was, I don't, he was feeble. I didn't have to sit with him, but
didn't he have a bathroom accident?
Yeah, I think so.
That wasn't that the issue there?
Chances are.
No, remember
that's when I heard about
something happened with the urinal. I can't remember exactly.
I think he was taught. That's when I learned about it. Sitting there, and he told a story about Walgreens, and then David.
Oh yeah, he took a shit in the urinal.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's not an accident, dude.
Man,
yeah, you got to plan that.
There's so many steps along the way where you can know you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, I feel like,
especially the water on your back.
Yeah, why is everyone looking at me? Why am I facing this direction?
Well, you'd think they'd put some fucking barriers up, partitions, man.
it had something to do with getting his shot, the virus.
Oh, he's vaccine injured. He got the jab, and then he's shitting everywhere.
Like this guy went in for his COVID shot and ended up shitting in this. He did that before he got the shot. Not a side effect. It's the preparation. He did get a shot while he still had the shit or something.
Well, it could be like in nature, some animals, when they're scared or startled because of a predator, they'll evacuate immediately. And that might be it. Maybe he doesn't like needles. And
I gotta get out of there. He's gotta lighten the load.
I'd say, if a cop's gonna run you in on something that's not, not a felony or something, it's not a bad way to just shit yourself. Go, okay, well,
I don't know about that, Andy.
I don't know.
I really think you need to really think about that. If that's your tactic.
Listen, being arrested is one of the, that's a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, having a bad day it's like, what could make this day go worse?
But it can, I'm just.
Do you think a fucking cop gives a shit if you shit your pants?
And they're in charge of how bad your day goes.
Yes.
They
don't look at you with an empathetic eye and say, no. Oh my God, he must be belly sick. Let's see if we can get him some Tums or maybe some club soda.
Let's strip him down and lay him on this table and get him cleaned up real nice.
Yeah.
Anybody got any?
Hey Nick, you got a towel in the back of your cruiser?
Wipes?
Yeah, that guy needs a hose shoved up his ass.
Oh yeah. They're gonna call for the fucking van so they can just spray it out. You're not gonna go in the back of a cruiser, a Crown Vic.
Could you imagine being in a situation in life, and hopefully none of us ever face it, but to be in a situation where you're at the mercy of cops? They don't fucking care. It's like you ever seen footage, anybody get shot or whatever, and there's like 500 bullets in the person, and then they fucking throw down a knee in their back and handcuff. Fucking superpowers do you think this motherfucker has, man? Jesus Christ. If he told a cop that's what I just saw. There's the guy who was like, they're going, what's your problem? And he goes, there's a big bunch of these where people are just getting shot, going in the wrong driveway, or their basketballs. A bunch.
I gotta find a new position here.
But there's a guy who he was a weird older brother, I think, and he was in the back seat with his mom and stepdad or whatever in the driving, and he got out to smoke a cigarette in a pickup zone for kids at a school.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So this
white dude.
Yeah, white dude, but he's like my brother Larry. Like if my brother Larry, so Larry or this guy couldn't find he was looking for the car he just got out of, opened the wrong car door, said, "Oh, sorry," and then that lady called the police and said there's some guy going through cars looking for kids or whatever the fuck they said. Or they may have just said, well, anything, but the cop came over, questioned this guy who was now sitting in the back of his mom's car. And they go, "What's your problem?" He goes, "Well, I just get nervous around police." And then he took an anti-anxiety medicine, which would not ever have a chance to kick in because he was dead within seconds.
Yeah, I think what happened was they finally got him out of the car, and they were just like, "Just get out of the car." And he's like, "I just don't like cops. I don't like cops." And then took him to the front of the car, and then almost immediately there were gunshots.
Yeah. Why don't you like? Yeah, he's like his whole. I just got. It's like if I got pulled over by clowns and said, "Hey man, you guys just kind of make me nervous," and then they start crying me.
They start dumping buckets of confetti on your head.
So do you think if he would have shit his pants first, he would have got off with a warning?
Wasn't he the one who said it? They go, "Why do cops make you nervous?" And he goes, "Oh, because like they say, stop resisting. I'm not resisting." And then just like fucking queued up, seconds later, the cops are doing that. And he's like, "Stop resisting, stop resisting." Bang, bang, bang.
I think he had some mental issues too, and a couple run-ins with cops. I mean, wasn't a thing where it was just some dude. I mean, there was some history there where they probably, I mean, without knowing all the details, I just read the article on it though. But it's a perfect example. Maybe a cop wasn't the best person to respond to a guy who doesn't respond well to authority and is obviously. I mean, he's not a guy who goes to a regular job every day. I mean, he's got some mental issues already.
Got time to load up with mom and stepdad to go pick up the or I think it was nephews or whatever. At that and then there was the dude, alleged racist, shooting the boy who showed up. This poor kid couldn't have walked into a worse situation. It's an old dude who's been watching Fox News at high volumes for years and fucking paranoid about, and then along comes a black teenager lost knocking on his door. And this guy's been geared up for fucking invasion of his space for fucking years. But yeah, and then there was a fucking cheerleader shot.
That happened here.
Welcome to Shooting News Review with Andy Andrist.
Right.
Well, we're just going to go down through the Yahoo News report of shootings.
Right.
There was a white girl got shot going up into the wrong driveway and
she got killed.
Yeah, it's like people are
dead.
Is that happen all the time, or are people just really fucking? I would not want to be a pizza delivery guy right now. Like, man, there's fucking mentally ill
on
people
420
all over the place, and most of these people aren't even aware that they're fucking mentally ill. They think they're fine. Right. And the other day, I went to go pick up a food order up the road, knowing that I should not even be around going anywhere around people at all, and completely aware. But I was just going to pick up a to-go fucking barbecue food order at the to-go window up here, and the next thing I know, in my mind, I had a perfectly rational thing where I was trying to get a guy. Man, all right, here we go. Let's see if we have to fucking. I was trying.
The baboon sitting pad wasn't enough.
I was trying to get a guy to pull over.
Oh man!
Because I wanted him to explain to me why he found it necessary to pull out if he was not in, like literally pull in front of me, and then not do the speed limit. Like that, like he explained, like I wanted him to explain to me. It wasn't in my mind, it wasn't a road rage situation.
Yeah.
In my mind, I wanted him to explain his rationale to me when clearly it was a fucking road rage situation. I was going to fucking beat this guy's ass. Because
What if he would have just
I
said,
wasn't gonna have him explain it to me, but somewhere in my mind that was what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden the rational part of me was like, what? That's not what you're doing. Stop trying to get this guy to pull over. You're not trying to get him to talk to you, you fucking lunatic. And so I shouldn't be here, guys. I'm part of the problem.
But you're noticing that. You're catching it.
And yet I'm still here because fucking people tell me not to.
Yeah, don't do it. We don't want to add a new fourth member of this podcast.
Yeah,
too much work.
Yeah.
No. I'm still here on Earth, is what I mean.
What if you'd have actually pulled that guy over and just asked him that question, and then he just looked at you and said, "Look, man, I'm just bad at driving." Because that turns out to be the answer most of the time.
I think I would have.
I didn't see you.
I think I would have berated him and fucking called him a fucking idiot and just I don't know. I think I would have.
Might have been like, all right, that actually makes sense.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know. That was this part of me was not there, is what I think I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There was not the rational part of me. Just left.
Yeah.
And there was a completely different part that was just ready to commit violence that thought it was rational. If that, I don't know if that makes sense.
I've had that. I've had that rage, but it's always like more. It's always self-inflicted, as I would never think I could go. I could take this dude or whatever. I might be able to smash into his car and then take off whatever.
You mean like an incident where on your way into the sandwich shop, you drop your keys and stopping to pick them up causes another person to get in front of you and then order the sandwich you wanted to order. So now you can't order that sandwich. So now you're ready to kill this guy and your day is ruined.
I ran into it twice today.
Just for an example, like a hypothetical.
Hypothetically speaking, something like that.
Today, market of choice, I was there at the store, and 2 times I made a cut to go up, and this same guy run into twice. What a fucking dick. It's just like, oh man, and then I saw him a third time and I just stopped and let him, it's like, okay, I guess you're getting the same 3 items I'm getting in the store. So I'm not gonna let it bother me. And I looked the other way until he was out of my vision. But if I would have run into him a third time, Chad, I might have wanted to fucking hit him in the head. But you got a different, you got some back history with stuff, and so I mean, you got to know yourself to stay at home, I guess, to keep things rolling, to not intermix. And that's a good thing about your thing. It's why you're probably still here, is you get a sense of these waves coming on, and
right.
You don't want to open mic night.
That actually might be the perfect place for you, because if you do decide to fucking kill a bunch of people, open micers would be that you would actually be doing a service on your way out.
Yeah, you'd probably get a medal.
That's the one.
Thank you for your service.
Your saved comedy.
Wait, you haven't heard my taglines.
Thank you for saving comedy in Tempe.
Just drop the mic on my way out.
Hey, drop the gun.
Actually, that's a good scene. There hasn't been well, no, I'm not. Fuck it. I'll just say it. There's been a gun in every they cross them off. They're like school, meat shop, everywhere, the movie theater, a cafe, open mic is not on there yet. I'm not saying anyone should do it, but I'm just saying it'll happen before you know it.
Didn't that one guy kill himself on stage?
Yeah, that was a self-inflicted thing, and so I mean, and he did it. It was part of it. I think it was part of his presentation. I mean, he closed on a song called "Pardon My Mess" or something like that, or a skit. You know,
I don't remember this. What are you talking about?
An Oregon kid who killed himself. I think it was in Bend, right? And he stabbed himself, and he had the kind of quirky comedy that people thought it was part of his thing for a bit, and then he died up. I think that's the story. And I think what the song he did a thing called "Sorry for My Mess." I may be making that up in my head. I tend to be right on those.
Steve Walker.
Yeah, my dad used to would be driving up the road and he'd go, "Oh, there was a mudslide there that killed 6 people that were in an office building." And I still drive up the freeway going by that spot to this day. It's way down, towards south or whatever, but I remember that spot. And, my dad would remember whatever horrible thing happened in a town thing. And I got it, I remember reading articles and remember weird shit about it that most people don't care about. And I don't care about it either. It just stays with me.
Yeah, so he was a keyboard player who went up and played, it was open mic night, played Sorry for All the Mess.
There you go.
And he, from what Lieutenant Brian Kindle of the Bend Police Department says, at the conclusion, he cut himself with a knife at heart level a number of times.
Oh.
And then bled out and died on the stage?
Died on the way to the hospital.
Well, that's a shame. They should have left him if he's going to die anyway, they might as well just let him finish the bit.
Yeah, well, he
completely died right there.
He didn't die on stage, though. He could have done. He could have prepared with a couple of precursory wounds.
Andy, do you know any of the background of what was going on? Why?
No, I just never. I don't know the Bend scene at all or whatever. But I heard about it through just reading it in the paper and then going. I read it. I think I might have saved the article or whatever. And then I think Doug talked about it for a while too.
Yeah. You know who I feel for? The guy who was next.
Yeah.
Beat that.
The guy.
That's a tough one. But how do you open? It's like, well,
this guy. Attention.
Yeah. I stole my bit. I was gonna open with that.
You just come out and slowly start mopping.
Right. I mean, it was part of his thing. So I wonder if, he must have known that and thought that would be kind of funny as a closing song. I don't know. I'm not familiar with
it wasn't a coincidence that he played that song.
It's not really a top 40 hit, is it?
I would love to hear it.
I'm guessing it's a composition by himself.
Is there a recording of that song?
I don't know. I just assumed it was an original.
It's kind of.
I wonder if we could hear that song. I'd love to hear it. I doubt he'd sue us.
It's weird, Well, I guess he just, I wonder if he told somebody, "Hey, man, would you pick up my keyboard?"
If you got any good bits, man, go up before me.
Yeah, and pack up my keyboard. I have a hunch I won't be packing it up.
So there is well, maybe this is it. I don't know. I'm just by the it's on Bandcamp. There's a band called there's a song. Let's see, what is it? The song is called Mara, Sorry for All the Mess, and it's Inwards by the Ghost.
Huh, I'll bet it's
I can't. Inwards. The Ghost of 313, Inwards. But by the looks of it, it's not a keyboard song. It looks like it's going to be some fucking death metal or something. Here, I'll play a clip of it. This will be good. I don't.
Well, won't be able, don't play it. We won't be able to. We'll get a YouTube.
That would be hilarious if he did it.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
For the mess.
Sorry for all the mess, Mara. Sounds like what I'd play in the haunted house.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude, usually on a lot of drugs to get into this.
So
Why he killed himself.
Yeah. No, that's when you're in the back of the room, elbowing your buddy, going, "Hey, just keep watching. Trust me, this is gonna get
No,
good.
stick with it.
I've
Stick
seen
with
him
it.
do this."
The next guy's coming up is going to do a windsuit trick.
Yeah, I could barely get my car to the parking lot. Someone parked a big trebuchet out there. So
Open mic way cooler if there was, the possibility of like, last week 7 guys killed themselves.
yeah, there should be like, like soccer, like every open mic, like 3 open micers should be relegated.
Oh, they don't make it back.
Yeah, I've got 4 jokes for you to laugh at. Please try to laugh at them, because if you don't laugh at them, I'm going to kill myself at the end of it. And then just do 4 miserable jokes. And I can't. Come on. Oh, nothing. Okay, 2 black guys walk into oh
no.
It'd be cool to pin your death on the crowd. It's not my fault. You guys just don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, because the room wasn't hot enough for you?
Yeah. No, I mean, that would be because people a lot of times, well, most times you do comedy for attention to begin with. And, but, like open mics and, if it's you still want the attention, but you just give it up. Bring a wobbly stool and your own rope for insurance purpose. Rafters and do your final set.
That would be, look, if you ended up crawling up onto the stool and hanging yourself on stage, that would at least be an example of a comedian finally using the stool in a funny way.
Yes. Yeah. Ottawa. Time a joke doesn't go well. There's got to be a way to do it. Death comedy. Oh, how did you were a judge last night of comedy?
The roast battle at a comedy
I
mothership.
judged harshly.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, man, they got a good. It's a lot of fun down there. You come to
Was it-
Austin, come to Comedy Mothership, everybody. It's a fun place. We had a good time.
Did locals going at it?
It's just yeah.
Cool.
They're not flying in professional roast battlers.
Well, I thought maybe.
Well, I mean, you never know. Jeff Ross might come in. I mean, you got a lot of heavy hitters showing up at comedy mothership.
That's true. But yeah, no, it's just Austin comics. It was fun.
Was Jeremiah there or anyone from the old crew?
No.
You
There's no wave or anything like that. But it's good. They do a good job here. Adam Lucky is the guy's name who hosts it, and he is extremely funny. And he's a door guy at the mothership. He's a funny kid, and he does a good job. I had a blast. I got really drunk by the time the night was over.
I was thinking you should be the fucking bully, man. You got the chops on the battle, and then you just take on all the locals.
Dude, there is nothing that makes me happier than not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, you had a little run, but a successful run, right?
Get out. You got to get out,
Yeah.
Get out when you're ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking Aaron Rodgers myself. If I can go play for the Jets, I'm good. I'll sit next to fucking Russell Peters and pretend I'm a successful comedian.
I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna fucking win in New York.
I hope so.
I hope he has as much success.
Wait, what? This is sports you're talking about?
Yes.
Wouldn't Brett Favre
fill in me and Chad really quick?
Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback for the Packers.
Yeah,
and he's leaving the Packers and going to go play for the New York Jets next season because the Packers.
He's the one who lied about having vaccination.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. Yeah, he didn't lie, Chaille. He just didn't tell the truth.
Oh, in my house, it's called a lie.
Yeah, well,
it's the way they phrase it.
You're clearly vaccine injured. You got the jab, so your brain's all turned to mush.
It's all scrambled up there. So he's going where?
New York.
To the New York Jets. And yeah, we'll see. I've always, aside from the stupidity of the COVID vaccine thing with Aaron Rodgers, I like the guy. But as a Bears fan, I have to hate him because, he's a Packer and he fucking, grabbed his dick and screamed, "I own you" at the fucking Chicago Bears fans. And, it's hard to like, so now that he's a Jet, I can cheer for him. And I hope, he fucking takes ayahuasca and goes and finds himself in days of darkness in a cave. I support all kinds of all that shit.
Fuck yeah, he can come out here and 5 days of semi-light deprivation out here on the deck. Oregon lit cave, some shit. I don't know, man. I'll probably have a whole new world opening up on Monday when I talk to Dr. fucking all right. Doctor,
I think
all
it's
right.
gonna be fine. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty confident for you.
Yeah, I'm tired of running through and then having to stop at yellow lights. So I'll have a feeling some of that's gonna get reinforced, and I'll just fucking get tickets.
Look, dude, if it comes back with bad news, you got cancer's back, just come down to Arizona and pull out in front of Chad when he's on his way to pick up barbecue.
Yeah.
And you guys can fucking
go 20 under the
together.
speed limit.
You can go out together.
Get it.
Jesus Christ. Hey, why you down? Hey man, I'm not slowing you down.
You got your suicide in my homicide. You got your homicide in my suicide.
Yeah, and then you guys can drag us to some place where hogs will eat us.
It's Patreon only for sure.
Oh man, yeah. Live camera on the hog feeding. My dad's thing where he said my mom fell down the toilet and the hogs ate her. Yeah, I don't know what that means. You can't. I think you got to do it while you're alive, though. You're gonna have somebody eat hogs eat you alive. You got to be like, oh shit, man, no, not this.
Wait, you'd be lamenting that this has befallen you? You wouldn't be screaming in agony?
Come on.
Oh, shit, like you stepped in dog shit?
I'm disappointed in this.
I imagined another way.
Yeah.
Hey, hog.
I thought the windsuit would kill me. Like a pile of mud, and now I'm being eaten by hog. God damn it.
The trebuchet launches him in the wingsuit, and he takes a bad turn, ends up in a pig pen.
Like the greatest American hero.
Yeah.
Mud stop by a hog. Fuck that. I mean, I'd be willing to, if I was in the windsuit and had a fair ride of it, I'd be cool with it, I guess.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Brett bringing up the bad news. I got a plan. It's just not feasible yet. It's never going to be feasible, but well, I mean, find a cliff I can run under in a windsuit near a hog farm.
Cliff, run under a cliff.
Near a hog.
I'll push a hog on you, Andy. You run under that cliff.
If you got the fucking wingsuit on, why would you jump off of a cliff?
I guess I'd have to do it in a small plane, to land in a proper hog slop area. So I don't. There's a lot of.
Now you're shooting for it.
Well, I mean, it's a worst case scenario is to be eaten by a hog. So bring it on, hog. No, they probably wouldn't eat me though because of the cancer. It just goes.
So you'd lie there with a broken leg.
They'll eat around the cancer.
Yeah.
They do the hogs. They do the pig equivalent. Does this ham smell funny to you? Yeah, I'm not going to eat it. Yeah, I don't think so.
Get Mikey. Mikey will eat it.
Like remember the Panamint hogs? I think the first year or two we were in Panamint, there was a hog pen what big fucking like what kind of hog like existence would it be to be a hog in Death Valley? It'd be like this.
Well, I imagine it was pretty cool until you started fucking with it. Probably had a pretty good life.
They had limited shade and a big dog type building.
But limited shade is still shade.
But in Death Valley,
Well,
how
most
much
of Death Valley, there's no shade.
Yeah, but them pigs, I didn't do anything to diminish that hog quality of life at all. They said I gave it AIDS or joked about it, and I never had sexual relations.
Didn't Panamint come up with new rules
after that year with the pig? Yeah,
on how to deal with the pigs. I mean,
I don't know
if they're you always hear those jokes about like when there's a dumb rule, it's like, oh, like the silica packets and they do not eat. And you're like, oh, that must mean somebody ate one of these.
Yeah.
Well, when you see the pig post, don't fuck the pig.
Yeah. All of a sudden there's a do's and don'ts for the pig pen the year after we were there.
No pigs out after curfew. Whatever. Drinks. We're just chilling, Hogs don't get that drunk. But did you meet the pig farmer, the guy who was responsible for the pigs? He was
I don't remember.
I just remember, I mean, I was of course on drugs there, but I remember it was like talking to that, oh, don't go up there guy. But this guy was like kind of toothless. He had a few teeth, and he said, oh, people disappear out here all the time out here in the desert. And he was he was in reference to a coworker, so it wasn't like a threat against me or anything. But he was mad, and he was making it's like when you're tripping and you catch a fucking horrifying picture. That's what I like. Oh man, that guy's fucking murdered some people out here. People disappear out here all the time. Okay, pig farmer. So I'm thinking maybe them pigs ain't exactly innocents.
Yeah, definitely.
Or weren't.
Well, I mean, we all learned from I think it was the movie Snatch.
Yeah.
You need 6 pigs to kill to devour one person.
Oh, really?
Efficiently and quickly. So don't trust a man who has at least 6 pigs on his property.
Yeah, fuck. Or if 4 and then a few fucking heads rolling around and shit. I tell you, pigs have finished this shit up. Damn it.
3 pigs
Come
on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad the whole pig thing did not catch on with the remember people were adopting pigs for a while and shit. And I think if you had the right property, it would be all right or whatever. But
sure, pigs are great.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the potbelly pig craze?
Yeah, because people aren't taking care of them, and they were like,
Well, there's no such thing as a miniature pig.
Right. And yeah, it's like you get a fucking small hog and they're cool, and you can play football with it or whatever.
Small hog.
Every day, what are you feeding it? A person, a person size equivalent of whatever, bags of fucking dog food. What are they? I don't know what pigs. What do you feed?
I believe they have a pig chow, but I mean they
cow and like corn and shit. Other pig, they probably grind each other up. And, I mean, they're probably one of them cannibals.
Pigs don't feed themselves, Andy.
A lot of animals.
Picturing a pig running a grinder at the
yeah. As he's putting his friend in it, like at the end of Fargo.
Yeah, like in an animal farm. Every house.
Every 5 generations of pigs that they ate, probably. But no, some animals get fed molt or food that's like I think cows sometimes eat it. Shit like that.
It's where
sheep too.
It's where mad cow disease comes from.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna bring that up at the McConaughey meeting, saying I don't think. Yeah, man. I should have paid for the VIP rooms so I could. I doubt it. I doubt you get to chime in anyway.
No, yeah. If you get to ask a question, ask something like that.
You
Yeah,
don't
man.
think
Matt.
pigs should be fed other pigs?
Should pigs be fed other pigs, or will that fuck them up?
That's good. Yes, Andy. Let's do that. What's the question you're gonna have? Let's do a little role play. I see we have someone from Oregon here, Mr.
grandma-
A. Andrist. Do you have
my
a
grandma-
question for the McConaughey cult?
It says in the Bible that you shall eat the dung of your prisoner, or something like that. What do you? I don't know. My grandma used to interrupt Bible, whatever it was, Bible study at my folks' house with shit like that, like Bible stuff. She would bring up dung and piss generally.
Sir, do you have a
Is
question?
this a question
Yeah,
for Matt? You
Sounds
have
more like a
question?
statement or a gripe about your grandmama.
I'm coming down there. No, I can't even phrase it as a question. But I mean, McConaughey's been hitting us up, my email up with like, hey, should take this quiz and stuff. I'm like, man, I didn't know there was going to be a lot of homework involved in this workshop.
Oh man,
I haven't done any yet, but I'm hoping to get busy on
But
Sunday.
Andy, you are signed up, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm in there. But I'm gonna take a break when Anthony Robbins is talking. So I've been avoiding that douchebag for long enough to not walk into a Matthew McConaughey seminar only to fucking hear that guy.
Yeah.
Bait and switch, man.
Bait and switch. Yeah.
it might be good.
Yeah, I'll bring. Oh, hey man, how do you feel about
The giant within.
I don't think you and Woody Harrelson are related. I think it's some sort of goof for a movie or some shit. They're saying they might be related
They
now.
might be half brothers because
Woody Harrelson's dad. Fuck.
yeah, I think Matt's mom got around a little bit.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. That'd be pretty fucking wild, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that they would know that. I mean, I think that she would have remembered giving birth to another person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that Woody would know it or Matthew would know
but
it.
I'm saying that the McConaughey family probably would have been aware of another child in the midst of all the other children.
So does that mean Matthew McConaughey's dad killed Kennedy?
Now we're getting closer to a question.
Yeah.
Just make it a little biblical. Yeah, I just picked up my old Bible the other day in fifth grade. I had all this shit memorized. Now I don't know any of it. It's fucking. It didn't. It's not the kind of. It's not that one of them kind of books where it's really the plot's like cool and you remember the plot anyway. I don't remember the plot. I don't remember really any of the stories. There's a lot of giants walking around doing cool shit.
Giants.
Are you sure?
That dude David hit him with a rock, so that kind of fucked him up. But there was
Goliath?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was one giant.
but he was doing pretty good until that rock. And when there are other giants.
So my question for you, Mr. McConaughey, is if you met a giant and you had a rock, how big of a rock would you need to kill a giant? And what if the giant was bigger?
And where would you aim?
Well, why would you call it a giant if you were bigger than it?
Yeah.
You would be the giant. Oh, maybe you're the
dude.
giant, Andy.
The seminar just got worth it.
Wow. No, I think I should have said that in the McConaughey voice.
What if you were a cyclops and you turned that eye and looked inward?
Wait a minute. There's a cyclops in the Bible?
Yeah, there had to be a couple of them.
Are you sure you're not reading your doodles in the margins?
No, I mean, I made some notations on biblical maps, but nothing I can, I think I was just like fantasizing about treasure maps or whatever. So that's the only markings I had in my Bible. I think there might be some underlining, but it's like you can underline any Bible verse and it makes sense to you. It's like when you're stoned and you write something in a notebook and then you look at it again later. Like if you underline something in the Bible and then it makes sense to you, and then you go back and look at it later, it don't make sense anymore. You're like, well, yeah, none of this even makes sense.
What are you
Pretty sure
underlining?
there was
it?
a Cyclops, Andy. You're right. There was a Cyclops and a mechanical owl and a talking donkey.
I remember that.
I remember all of that.
There was the wooden pickle.
The what?
The wooden pickle. That's from
The wooden pickle?
That's
pickle.
That's that kid in Bad Santa.
Yeah, Bad Santa, which is also not the Bible.
He
Are you talking about the Bible's famous book of Thurman Merman?
Please, if you'll follow in scripture, Thurman Merman 17:7.
The Thurman Merman Revelation.
Unto thee I giveth the wooden pickle.
It's got some of thou's blood on it.
God damn it.
That is the Lord's blood.
Isn't that the most beautiful thing? Yeah, that was a fine Christmas movie. Yeah,
that's the real meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, it's a very 420.
Shines through.
This presentation, this international presentation, has been brought to you unofficially by marijuana and marijuana-related products. Hey, if your state ain't legalized it, what are you waiting for? Get out and buy yourself a lobbyist.
I'm with you. I wish they'd do it here in Texas.
Oh man,
Kind of gross, actually.
Man, I hope within the next 5 years, but I don't know, man. Texas is a little wacky.
I know. What do you smoke with your girls after you take them for illegal abortions now? You know, it's a long drive back from shit. Where do they go? Texas, they got to go over to Mexico, I guess, or where?
I don't know.
I got to get that van business up and operational.
The what?
I just do abortions on like drive-through abortion, you know, or bring your abortions. You know, we'll be setting up, you know, outside of
like a food truck, but for abortions.
Yeah,
and food.
Yeah. Maybe there's a
light snacks. Light snacks.
Maybe in Texas you can do abortions, legal abortions if there's vehicles moving.
You can do an abortion in Texas as long as you do it with a gun.
Yeah. Well, those are difficult.
It's just standing your ground. That's easy.
All. I think Ray Caruth showed us that that's no easy abortion.
Oh, that's right. That's how he did it.
Yeah.
He's out now.
Is he really?
I think so.
I hope his son Ray holds off on that reunion. Because you seen that kid, he's definitely was affected by being shot in utero by daddy, and that's not probably a fun reunion there.
This is sports or politics. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was a football player in the NFL, and his lady was pregnant, and he didn't want to pay for or whatever. He shot her though. He tried to assassinate her in a car. I think he did it himself, and or he hired somebody. I can't remember, but
caught. Went to jail.
Yeah, and said it, and so then he's not even playing football anymore. He had to retire from the league. Usually, you can't get kicked out of the NFL. You got to be pretty brutal to a woman to get kicked out of the NFL for being brutal with a woman.
What was his name?
Ray Caruth.
I think it's RAE. Caruth, Caruth. I think he's out of prison now. I think he got like 15 years and did like 8, 10, something like that.
I wonder if he can still catch
Maybe
on.
He did 15. It was a while ago that this happened.
He's probably still got good knees.
He was a wide receiver, convicted murderer, drafted first round in 1997. 2001, found guilty of conspiring to murder his then girlfriend. Wow, still together. Chirika Adams, who was pregnant with his child, including pretrial confinement. He served 18 years of an 18 to 24-year sentence in North Carolina State Prison. He's released in 2018.
Yeah.
So he did the bulk of his time. Good
Right.
for
He
you,
did
Ray.
the minimum. They it was 18 to 24, and he did the 18.
Yeah. He's probably like a good prisoner or whatever. Just a bad boyfriend. Sometimes you can be a really good inmate and be a
Some
shitty.
people just don't take to it, you know.
Yeah, shitty at relationships, but in the house or whatever, you command respect. At home, you know, not so much.
Oscar Pistorius is about to get out of prison too.
Oh, really? Wow.
Remember that fucking guy?
Yeah. And
That's the guy with the fake legs.
Yeah, he shot his girlfriend
guy.
to death in the fucking bathroom and said he thought it was an intruder.
Right. He'd fit right in.
Filled her full of lead.
Yeah. He's kind of cut from today's headline. He'd be like, oh, really? You should, like, yeah, well, this guy shot, they rolled the basketball over his shot. This guy shot. I thought it was like, you know, the wrong car. So he got out and followed him and shot him. Like, it makes perfect sense now.
He was a trendsetter.
Yeah. Yeah, man, if he would have gotten away with it, there'd be a lot of people. I didn't know. I guess I was sleepwalking. My God, and I heard this rattling around in the kitchen. I realized I went out there and guns blazing because I thought, but it turns out it was only 6 o'clock in the evening. I thought it was 3 a.m. I've been on a lot of drugs. My bad. They said the dinner's ready. She said, "Give me your wallet." How long did Oscar? He did a pretty good. I mean,
I'm looking right now.
I don't think it was even that long. I think it's like 8 years or something like that.
He's gonna have trouble finding another hot girlfriend. It's like
I don't even know, man. People are fucked up.
He's he'll find
famous, so
yeah, he could find another hot girlfriend, but he's got a couple of red flags. One, he's missing legs, so I mean that's a personal thing. If you don't like that, then you're not gonna like Oscar. But also, if you're not okay with that, he's also a murderer.
You get past the leg thing. There's another thing.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to be cool about this. You know, you don't have legs, but I was looking at your Yelp reviews. Hey, did you kill some people? Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I kind of a leg guy myself.
So he went to prison and then he got out in 2015 with an appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went back in on 2016 for 6 years for murder rather than his original sentencing of 5 years imprisonment for culpable homicide. So it got worse. Transferred.
Yeah.
Early release, March. Just half. Served half of his sentence. They were looking at early release.
Yeah.
Oh man, how about this? A fucking everybody likes celebrities in America, loves to give it a second chance. Is get Ray, OJ, Oscar. We're gonna probably think of a few others, but all athletes who've murdered somebody and then they're all living together in a house.
Getting mad about somebody putting their finger in the peanut butter.
They're trying to have some sort of a level of competition. They
could call it Survivor.
Yeah. Ray Lewis, come on. You know you murdered those people. Just we need a couple of more murderers. That's a pretty good 3 list there, but I can't think of any other offhand.
Oh, there's got to be a couple more.
The guy who piloted Kobe Bryant's helicopter, but he's no longer with us.
That's somebody who murdered an athlete. That's not an athlete who murdered. It's different.
You're exactly right there.
Oh, that one football player, but he killed himself in prison because he was a pretty much a genius and got his family all paid out before they could convict him.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah.
Yeah, Hernandez. They could have like his portrait up in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't want to end up like Aaron we want to keep exploiting reality TV and making bank so we can get drugs and fuck trashy white women. Go to Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, man, it's a bummer. I bet as soon as we get done here, I'll think of 5 other murderous athletes. But it doesn't happen as much as you think it would. But no.
I mean, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's just head injuries and shit in one of them, but also the fickle beast of being a athlete and then having now all that go away and then living with the woman that was fun to fuck while you were an athlete and always away. Now you're back and they're not that cool and you got several kids, the fucking drugs and then the head injuries. Like, God damn it, man, just fucking end this shit. You don't want to fucking deal with this.
There's got to be some. Well, there was a couple of wasn't there a Kansas City Chief that did like a murder suicide or something?
Right.
I remember.
I shot him.
Killed his girlfriend and then.
Yeah.
He could
maybe if athletes who are murdering people know that there's a reality show that if they just pay their dues, they can get rehabbed in second chance house. But OJ's like, fuck you, man. I got my own house already now. But this would be a chance to get the attention you so obviously crave, OJ. Jesus Christ. You murdered 2 people, give it a rest.
Yvonne Belcher.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chief.
Oh, okay.
Killed himself December 1st, 2012. Holidays are a killer, man. They're tough on everyone.
Yeah.
Murder-suicide, killing his 22-year-old girlfriend, Cassandra Perkins, before driving to the Chiefs training facility and shooting himself in the head with a handgun. Wow.
Yeah. I think
Sorry about the mess.
Yeah. Oh,
hey, man, why that guy got a keyboard?
Yeah. Yeah, at least, that guy left behind some insurance. So, the open mic comic, they're like, no, really, seriously, who's going to clean up this shit? And who's going to pay for all this? But, yeah, I think the Chiefs, like there was a coach that was trying to talk him out of it and everything too. Yeah, that's fucking, I had just a few head wounds from growing up, but they stop at some point. Like high school, you can probably just playing high school sports. You can probably pick up 3 or 4 concussions or whatever. But then you go play college sports and then professional and shit. Each one of those makes you a little loopy. I mean, it's hard to. I'm not condoning murder people because you've had a lot of head wounds, but you can definitely see that somebody could get their brain altered by continually punishing their brain.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mike Tyson ain't more violent than he is on a regular.
He did bite a guy's eir off on TV.
He was a little rapey for a while too.
Yeah.
Right. But once his hormones calm down or whatever, he's hanging out ringside.
Did you just kind of say boys will be boys, Andy?
Well, I don't know. I
what was she even doing in his room?
That's we don't know. We weren't there.
I sat on a plane that was delayed going to Atlanta, and then eventually Evander Holyfield gets on, and that's who we're waiting for. So I don't blame him for biting his ear off. I got to see that ear.
Did you see? Now they have a collaboration together where they sell gummy ears that are weed edibles.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. Like Holyfield's like cool with that.
They're both together. Like I said, they're both in it together.
See, somebody come up with that idea while they were just smoking weed and go, wait, I can call Tyson. I know Tyson.
I think.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's like a gold tooth, a little gold tooth element to it.
Yeah,
no, if it's an ear, where would you put the gold tooth?
$sign.
Like the tooth, just the tooth nibbling into the ear.
Here's their Christmas campaign.
Really?
And we get to this.
Maybe, hey, John Wayne Bobbitt's back in the news. They're selling gummies.
Gummy dicks?
Gummy dicks. I mean, Mike and Evander can come together on the ear thing. Yeah.
They're called
and
Mike
John?
Bites.
Gummy bobbits. Mike Bites. That's fucking brilliant. If they're have it, I would still
check that out.
I would eat it. I'd do one for the novelty of it or whatever. But if it isn't a good gummy, you're not going to get me back just because I like eating ears. It's
shit.
one of the
Hey,
coolest products ever.
fellas, I gotta put a wrap on because
You got to get on the Molly. You got to
I gotta start preparing myself.
Prepare
Yeah, you
yourself.
got the your big celebration tonight with Humphreys McGee at
That's
Stubbs
right.
barbecue
Humphreys
joint. or
McGee
whatever.
at here in Austin if we don't get rained out. So
And here's what a key to Humphreys is. Sometimes they're like playing a jam and then it blends into another jam seamlessly.
I'll keep that in mind, bro.
That's the key.
Well, that's something to be aware of.
All right.
You don't want to be left out of it.
All right.
Well, Erickson, for next week, watch Child of God because I know you haven't seen it yet. So that we can talk about it because we had a lively debate on that suggestion from Chad last week. And just so everyone knows that Doug Stanhope is doing a taping on May 16th and 17th at Comedy Mothership in Austin. It's day drinking shows at noon. Tickets are available at comedymothership.com, and that's the only place to buy tickets that are valid. So that's the safest thing is just buy them straight from there. And that's May 16th and 17th. Doug is doing a complete dump of all material that he hasn't recorded and putting that out. And then I don't know what's happened. I think I'm unemployed after that, but we'll see what happens. Tomorrow's a new day.
Dude, maybe I can get you a spot bar backing at the mothership.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I heard it's kind of a tough place to get into.
It's not easy, but you seem like you could, lift a couple of cases. You seem pretty strong.
Hey, put in a word.
Burning through them.
We're going to show up and build us some Teslas.
Yeah, I can get you on a lift, dude. I can get you on a forklift, no problem. I get you certified. I think you'd be perfect. So,
all right then.
All right, I love you guys.
Hey,
Thanks for being out there, you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Join our Patreon if you haven't done so. We do more of this kind of stuff over there, and it's really cheap. It's just $5 a month at patreon.com/issueswithandy. So jump on. And again, thank you for being out there. It's all of our therapy to come on here and talk to each other. So we're glad that you guys are out there, and if you enjoy it, it makes us happy. So again, we'll be right back here. We'll do it again next week. See you.
Humphreys.
All right, boys.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
All right,
Yep.
man.
Severe weather alert.
Oh no.
This is I don't know.
It's an outdoor venue.
Huh?
It's an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sucks.
Huh.
And they
Get all the-
canceled their last show here because it was right after show started up after COVID, and the band caught COVID right before they fucking came here.
Uh-huh.
They're
gonna be
passing
two-
around them joints, man.
This is going to be 2 fucking canceled shows in a row.
No, God would do that.
Not on 420. It's a 420 miracle.
Oh man, yeah. Get all the hippies to spin counterclockwise. That
Get a counterclockwise drum circle and fucking spin the opposite direction of the tornado.
And nobody's ever tried it.